Grandma, can we read a story from the fairy tale storybook? The glowing one.
Ah, the fairy tale storybook. Every page holds a little magic. Let's see where it takes us tonight.
The Lost Rose of Liora. In a land beyond the mountains and clouds, where trees whispered secrets and stars twinkled even at noon, there lived a legend of a rose so rare it only bloomed once in 1,000 years. The rose was hidden deep in the enchanted forest, guarded by ancient magic and tiny fairies with sparkling wings. They called it the Rose of Liora, a blossom so powerful it could heal hearts and awaken joy. But the rose was lost long ago, hidden away when darkness once threatened the land. Now, the forest glows with quiet hope, waiting for the one with a gentle soul and a brave heart to find it again. Not far from the forest edge, in a little village with cobblestone paths and flower-filled windows, lived a kind-hearted girl named Leora. She loved stories, especially the ones about brave heroes and magical lands. Each morning, she helped her grandmother gather herbs from the garden. And each evening, she'd gaze at the forest, wondering what secrets it held. Though she was young, Leora had something very special, a heart full of wonder and the courage to care. She didn't know it yet, but soon the forest would call her name. Far away in a castle crowned with rose-colored towers, the queen lay quietly in her chambers. Her light had grown dim, her laughter gone, and the kingdom had begun to wither without her joy. Wise advisors brought scrolls, potions, and promises, but none could restore her fading spirit. Until one twilight, an old book was found deep in the castle library. Its cover dusted, its pages whispering of magic. The Rose of Liora, the healer read aloud. Bringer of peace, bearer of life. And in that moment, hope flickered back into the queen's eyes. Send word to the forest, she whispered. Find the one who can awaken it. In the heart of the magical forest, the wind began to stir. Leaves rustled with whispers, as if the trees were awakening. A soft golden light spiraled through the branches, reaching out like a hand. The ancient ones had sent a call. And far beyond the woods, a young girl named Leora stirred from sleep, her dreams echoing with rose petals and a voice that said, "Come find me." Trees leaned gently, guiding her path. Flowers glowed as she passed. And tiny lights danced above her head. A fox with shimmering fur watched from the shadows, then vanished into sparkles. The deeper she walked, the quieter the world became. She was not afraid. She was ready. Leora stepped beyond the village, her heart beating like a drum. The forest greeted her with a breeze that carried soft whispers. In a quiet clearing where moonlight danced on dewdrops and the wind whispered secrets, Leora found it. A single glowing rose stood tall. Its petals shimmered with colors not found in nature. As she reached for it, the forest held its breath. Just as Leora's fingers touched the rose, the light dimmed, the wind stopped, the trees stood still. From behind the trees came a low voice. Only the brave may take the rose of Leora. A tall shadow emerged, no face, no form, just swirling mist and whispers. "Are you strong enough?" it asked. Leora stepped back, afraid, but then she remembered the queen, the forest, the whispering winds. "I'm not the strongest," she said, "but I care, and I came." The shadow paused, then bowed low. "Then you are enough." The light led her deeper through ivy gates and crystal arches. There, in the heart of the forest, she saw it again. The true rose of Leora. It stood in stillness on a glowing pedestal of ancient stone. Leora walked forward slowly. The air shimmered. Her hand reached out, and this time no shadow came, only light. With the rose of Leora gently cradled in her hands, Leora began the long journey home. The trees bowed as she passed, and even the wind seemed to hum with joy. At last, the castle towers rose on the horizon, welcoming her like an old friend. The queen waited at the gates, her eyes filled with hope. Inside the grand hall, silence fell as Leora stepped forward. She knelt before the queen and offered the rose of Leora, glowing like the first morning light. As the queen touched its petals, a gentle warmth spread through the air. The light wrapped around her, and the illness melted away like a forgotten dream. The queen rose to her feet, radiant and strong once more. She smiled at Leora. The entire court erupted in joy. For the promise of the rose had been fulfilled. Then reached out and took her hand. "You have brought light back to this kingdom," she said. And in that moment, and so, the tale of Leora and the Rose of Liora was written in the stars. Back in the quiet room, the story came to a gentle close. The book shut softly, its cover glowing with a warm light. And the little voice whispered,
Can we read another one tomorrow?